back with another video, and today we got what's that nigga name? Fuck, I forgot the motherfucking creator name. Give me a second. We got back with another Jimmy High Rollers video. We got the only man to beat Father Time. You know they talk about LeBron, the GOAT, James, you know? But make sure you give me 3 likes. Give me 3 likes. Hit that sub for me. We're on the road to 600. We're on at 523. Thank you guys for 500 subs. Also, it's Thanksgiving. Y'all gonna see this video on Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving. Spend time with y'all loved ones. Let's get straight into this video.
As a proud and long-standing member of the LeBron Stan Club, I saw something the other day that completely broke my heart. And it came right from the king himself. A statement about the day that we all knew was coming, but desperately hoping that it never would.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That shit was sad. Here, you might play it, so if you don't, I'll explain it to y'all.
How long do you think you could be playing at this level if you chose to?
Well, it's not me. Obviously, it's the mind. It's wherever my mind is how the rest of my body is gonna go. Whatever the case may be, I'm not gonna play that much longer. To be completely honest, I don't know how many years that it is. If it's 1 year or 2 years, or whatever the case may be. But I'm not. I said the other night, I'm not playing till the wheels fall off. I'm not gonna be that guy.
Listen, and I respect that, bro. Like, he still got kids. He got that daughter. He got that daughter still. He got his 2 sons. They about to be dead but grown. But he still got his daughter, and like he want to be spending time with his fam more. I get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? He still want to be active in his they life. He want to still be moving around and shit like that. You know, that's completely, bro. I fuck with that statement, man. That's completely. He did his time. He did 21 years. He's past due. He should have been like, even though he's beating time right now, he's doing really, really good for his age. He's still doing all-star caliber type shit. So it gets to a point. You know what I'm saying? Man, we hate to hear it, but it is what it is, for real.
We've got about 2 more seasons to watch LeBron James play basketball.
Might even 1.
And the show that we have spent the last 2 decades enjoying comes to an end. But what if it didn't? Instead of retiring as a great, productive, impactful, coherent basketball player, what if LeBron just played until the wheels fell off? What if he played until he wasn't good enough to play anymore? The point where he serves no value to any team in the NBA and he's hypothetically forced to retire.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's like 50. So that's gotta be he got another 10 years. That's the case. That's 50. He going into the 50s, bro.
As an unsigned free agent. Well, if you ask me, that's an easy one. The answer is never. My King's presence alone is worth 10 men. But if we were to not look at this through the lens of a concerningly obsessive fan, how long could LeBron truly play?
I feel like he got another 10 years in him. Keeping a buck. To free agent, like he not playing at all, that's 10 plus years. I think he got another 10 years. I'm not gonna lie.
Before he simply wasn't good enough to be in the NBA.
What y'all think? If LeBron kept playing till the wheels fall off, like literally, like motherfucker can't do nothing else, he not good enough for nothing. I really think it'd be in his 50s. LeBron James, 50, bro. 50.
Today's video is sponsored by Draft.
They don't fuck with me yet. They will, though.
Drafted by Father Time. It doesn't matter how good you are, doesn't matter how long you can stave it off, it inevitably catches up to everyone. Except for LeBron James. In year 22, LeBron continues to completely piss on every expectation and time.
This nigga had been in the league the same. He been in the league longer I've been alive. That's some crazy shit. That's how old I am. He been in the league longer than I've been alive. That shit crazy.
Timeline set out for him and his career, now approaching 40 years old and still one of the best players on the planet. There are grown, adult fans of the NBA who have never known a day without LeBron in the league. Matter of fact, there are NBA players who have yet to witness a season without LeBron James.
Yes. Yes, that shit is fucking insane.
Including the one he literally created.
That's also crazy as fuck. Motherfucker created his own goddamn teammate. How can you do it? Bro, how can you be that? He created his own goddamn teammate, bro. Are you realizing what I'm saying? That came out his goddamn nutsack. Are you hearing what I'm saying, bro? His own goddamn teammate came out his nutsack. How crazy that shit is. Tell me. His balls. No Diddy. There's no Diddy behind this. That's every man's dream. Going to the NBA with your son? Man, niggas can't tell me shit if I create a player. If I goddamn was in the NBA and I was in I'm creating a son.
Now, LeBron's perpetual reign is no secret. It continues to baffle most fans on a daily basis. And this got me thinking, how long could LeBron actually play before he's no longer at least a serviceable NBA player? The point where he's no longer good enough to even have a spot in the league. 6, 7 more years? Maybe until he's 50. I'm sure
I think 50
sounds like a stretch. After all, the oldest player
I really think it's 50.
in modern NBA history just barely hobbled his way to being a 44-year-old active NBA player. And LeBron has already been the oldest player in the NBA for a couple seasons now. But LeBron's refusal to play his age has gone on for so long now that at this point, it would be shocking if he did get worse. Here are 3 players and their numbers from this season. All really good, productive players. And
one of them is LeBron.
Who each of these players are. Now,
all LeBron.
Statistically, they're all relatively close, but they shouldn't be. Because player A is early MVP candidate prime Jason Tatum. Player B is Luka Doncic, and player C is
LeBron.
40-year-old LeBron James. And this is why people believe LeBron could play for as long as he wants.
That shit crazy, bro. These two motherfuckers, he was in the league when they wasn't even goddamn boring. Wait. Hey, Sirius. How old is Jason Tatum? Never mind. He been in the league since he was goddamn 4. He was 4 years old. Hey, Sirius. How old is Luka Doncic? How old is he? How old is he? He's 25. He been in the league. He was 3 years old when LeBron James started in the league.
Because when you're in year 22 playing like 2 young megastars, the bounds of your capabilities
shit crazy, bro.
appear to be virtually limitless. Although LeBron has now suggested on
that shit
multiple
crazy.
occasions that his retirement is looming closer by the day, how long would it actually take until LeBron is no longer an NBA caliber player? Well, first we need to know what not good enough is. What does a replacement level player on the verge of a Turkish league contract look like? No, not...
Nah. No.
Like, statistically, what does it look like? According to Basketball Reference, a player with a box plus minus of 10 or more is an all-time great season. A BPM of 8 or more is an MVP caliber season. 6 or more is about all-NBA. Keep going down. And
they need to drive a #1 pick.
Is where we'll find the end of the bench.
They need to drive a Cooper Cup.
Even this number is still far too high. This season, players like Jaylen Brown, Jamal Murray, and Jaime Jaquez have a BPM of less than -2. We want to see this man play until he's no longer invited back. If we keep going down the leaderboard, it's not until about -4 where we reach the bottom 15% of the NBA. Now, these spots essentially make up the last couple of players at the end of the bench. I want LeBron to play until he's down here, in the trenches. So how long would it take until...
That motherfucker is never going to be down in the trenches. really he don't want to be down in the trenches. That's why he's retiring as one of the best. He's gonna be averaging at least 15, 16 points when he retired, bro.
He's at this point. It really is wishful thinking to assume LeBron.
Shit, he
could
might
just
be
keep
averaging
going
20 plus.
indefinitely. But history has shown even the greats are usually closer to the end of the road than we may think. In 2013, in his 17th season in the NBA, Kobe Bryant averaged 27, 6, and 6 a game, made first team All-NBA, a top 5 player in the entire league, and was on track to playing the highest caliber of basketball we had ever seen from a player approaching 2 decades in the league. A couple injuries, and just 107 games later, he was retired and done playing basketball.
Yeah.
In Tim Duncan's 18th season in the NBA, he finished the year 10th in MVP voting, 3rd team All-NBA, and a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. The very next season, he was putting up 8 points a game in 25 minutes. And within a season, he was out
retired.
of the league.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal, in his 17th season, led the league in shooting efficiency and made an All-NBA team. Just 90 games later, he was no longer an NBA player. When things start to go downhill, they go quick. But that's just it.
But the thing is, bro, you want to get out of there while like your legacy is like still somewhat good, bro. That's the thing. You don't want to stay there and you know that as the garbage motherfucker. Like, it's so respecting it, but like that shit's scary, bro.
Even after 22 years, things have yet to go downhill for LeBron. Here is a graph of the career progression of many all-time greats in terms of box plus minus, from their first season to their last. And right away, you'll notice a trend going on here. Here's Bird, Magic, Jordan, and Hakeem. Here's Kobe, Shaq, Duncan, Garnett, and Wade, extending their careers into or near the 2-decade mark, but still succumbing to the sharp decline that all players eventually
that shit going
face.
down.
And here are some current legends: Durant, Steph, Kawhi, Harden, CP3, and
How the fuck Steph is going up? I don't think Steph gonna be one of them other people because all he do is shoot. He shoot and lay up the ball. So it's like a how can I say it? It's like a quarterback mixture of like the NFL type beat with Steph Curry. Because it's not really like, yes, he's running a lot, but it's not really a toll on his body like LeBron. Like, he got to get physical all the time, bumping into people. Steph Curry bump into people, but it's not as like LeBron bump into people. So like, that's why Chris Paul is lasting.
across the board, the general shape of most of their careers look very similar. A rise to superstar for their first 5 seasons, a prime that lasts from about season 6 to season 10 or 11. And then around season 12 or 13, the decline begins. Sometimes this decline is gradual and steady, like in the case of Durant and Duncan. Sometimes a player can find a second prime later in their career, like Stephen Curry has. But the best players of all time usually play the longest. And even for them, around season 17 or 18, the wheels completely fall off and retirement awaits.
Not LeBron.
Except for LeBron.
Look at that dumbass shit. Look at that dumbass shit.
Can be possible to be this good for this long. LeBron in year 22 is about as valuable and impactful on the court as most all-time great players are in about their 12th or 13th season. But we are here today for this number way down here, the dreaded threshold of retirement. And right now, LeBron is far from it. If he wanted to, could he play until he was 45, 50? Well, first and foremost, contrary to popular belief, LeBron is declining, and he has been for a while now. Some fans are saying LeBron is in his 4th prime and that he hasn't slowed down. And as much as I wish this were the case, it's just not. LeBron's true prime was between 2008 and 2013, a 6-year stretch where he led the league in win shares, PER, VORP, box plus minus, and just about
that LeBron was on the villain arc, okay? The goatee LeBron, that motherfucker was crazy.
Everything else. Compare that to his last 6 seasons, and although he is still an all-NBA caliber player, it's really not even close. And this idea that he is still at or near his prime tells me people have forgotten just how incredible LeBron was at his peak. LeBron was so dominant in his prime that despite being 40 years old and about 70% of the player he once was, he is still one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
Like most other players, his game may just fall off a cliff at any moment. or he could sustain a bad injury that derails his last couple of seasons. But if either of these things were to happen, they probably already would have. So let's irrationally assume he continues to regress at the rate he currently is. If we take a look at what is considered to be the best all-in-one metric, estimated plus minus, then 2020 was LeBron's last true MVP caliber season. That year he finished the season with the 4th highest EPM, behind only...
That shit is crazy, bro. That shit is crazy. That's insane.
Harden, Giannis, and Steph. But since then, he's been slowly slowing down. From being ranked 4th amongst all players to 7th in 2021 to 12th, 16th, a diabolical jump back up to 10th, and this season where so far he ranks 20th in the league, which still puts him firmly in the 96th percentile league-wide. Over the last 6 seasons, on average, LeBron's EPM has decreased by 0.5 per season. And this decrease isn't speeding up. If anything, it has leveled out and stayed about the same since 2022. But overall, LeBron's career trajectory has looked and could continue to look like this, where he will eventually succumb to father time like everyone else, just a whole lot later than everyone else. At this rate, by next season, LeBron will have an EPM of 3, a mark that puts him all the way down in the 95th percentile. We got to keep going. By year 24, he'll have an EPM of 2.14, still in the 92nd percentile. By year 25, he will be in the 86th percentile. Year 26 in the
what the fuck? I can't keep watching this goddamn video. You're decreasing my goddamn GOAT. King, man. That shit hurt. I can't watch this shit.
Percentile, year 27, the 61st percentile, which at the age of 45 would still have him as a starting caliber player. But by year 28, at the age of 46, LeBron will finally play his last year as a contributing player in the NBA. With an
Don't play that long, LeBron. Let's just stop. Like, let's just stop right here. Let's stop right here. Let's make your legacy. Let's just spend time with your kids, bro. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. We don't have to see these years. I do not want to see these years. Let's just stop right here, man. Please.
EPM of negative 2.16. For perspective, some players that currently have an EPM within this range are Kyle Kuzma, Jackson Hayes, and Keldon Johnson. By year 29, just 1 year shy of 3 decades in the league.
Oh my God. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Why are you watching this?
At last, fall within the range of a replacement level player with an EPM of negative 3.8 within the bottom 8% of the league. At the current rate LeBron is declining, he could, theoretically, play until 2031 at the ripe age of 46 before he would have to throw in the towel and retire. And as crazy as this timeline looks, LeBron playing until the year 2031, I think he could play even longer. To even make any sort of impact in the NBA, you need to get minutes. And to get minutes, you need to earn the trust of your team and coaching staff. LeBron has played so much basketball, and he understands the game so well that I think as long as he wanted to play, and as long as he's able to get up and down the court without his body falling apart, he would get minutes, and he would be capable of contributing in the NBA. Earlier, I mentioned Tim Duncan and how quickly his production fell off at the very end of his career. But even without game-breaking numbers, he was still a great player, with advanced metrics and contributions that made him worthy of a spot in the league clear up until the moment he retired. Almost as if he was so seasoned and so skilled that even at his worst, he was still better than many other players in the league, even if he was a shell of his former self. And I think this would be the case for LeBron. Maybe instead of an exponentially rapid decline in the coming years.
So you're complaining, damn. So you're comparing him to like Tim Duncan? Like not playing wise, but like agent wise?
His game would hit its theoretical basement. And once it gets to that point, he just stays there. Nowhere near his best days, but still good enough to be a contributing player for the foreseeable future.
Yes.
The main culprit behind the retirement of every single great player was physical limitations and injuries. There has never been an all-time great player who retired because they lost their touch or the skill they once had. players lose a step. They aren't as quick as they used to be, can't jump as high or react as fast, and they begin to ask too much of their body as it slowly shuts down as the mileage piles up. Late into their careers, they are only as capable as their body allows them to be. And no one in the history of the league has been more physically capable than LeBron. Throughout his entire career, he's been able to mitigate injuries, and even when he does get injured, he's always bounced back relatively quickly with virtually no lingering symptoms. And skill-wise, he's only gotten better as the years have gone along.
Yeah.
I know, it sounds absurd.
Yeah.
But I think LeBron could play for literally as long as he wanted to. I get it, it's crazy. We've never seen an athlete do that before. But LeBron is an absurd athlete unlike any other that we've seen before. So, to answer the question of how long LeBron could continue to play in the NBA as
10
a
plus.
quality
I rate they
contributing
10.
player, well, based on his current pace and some statistical analysis, if what we've seen is any indication of what's to come, then he could play for about 29 seasons.
Man.
But based on my completely unbiased and always correct feelings and my admiration for
I think
the
he can play
greatest
to
athlete
50.
of my lifetime, I would say, somewhere between however long he wants to and hopefully forever.
And hopefully forever. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos like this. And I'm out. Make sure you spend time with your family. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.